Have you ever held a coin in your hand and felt the weight of history? Imagine discovering a piece of British currency from 1957, a time when Queen Elizabeth II was just a few years into her reign. A coin not just of monetary value, but of royal heritage, post-war resilience, and imperial legacy. Today, we delve into the story behind the 1957 Two Shillings coin, a gem from a bygone era, treasured by collectors around the world, even in circulated condition. Stick around, because what seems like pocket change could be worth far more than you think. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the hidden stories behind the world's most intriguing coins. In this video, we're diving deep into the 1957 British 2 shillings coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II, from its regal design to its historical backdrop and collector value. This coin offers more than metal, it's a gateway to mid-century Britain. Let's explore. Setting the stage, Britain in 1957. To understand the significance of the 1957 2 shillings coin, we need to travel back to post-war Britain. The year was 1957, and the country was still recovering from the economic and emotional scars of World War II. Queen Elizabeth II had been crowned just 4 years earlier. In 1953, following the death of her father, King George VI, her reign brought new hope, symbolizing a bridge between tradition and modernity. 1957 marked an era of cultural transition. The Suez Crisis had just shaken Britain's international standing, and the winds of decolonization were blowing across the empire. Yet at home, the British people were trying to rebuild normal life, and part of that life was the coins they used every day. Among them, the 2 shillings coin, also known as the florin. The 2 shillings, a historical coin, the 2 shillings coin had a long legacy. First introduced in 1849 during the reign of Queen Victoria, it was originally intended as a step toward decimalization, representing 1/10 of a pound. This early initiative didn't lead to immediate reform, but the coin remained a fixture in British currency until decimalization finally arrived in 1971. By 1957, the 2 shillings coin was a well-established denomination. It was used regularly by the public, tucked into purses, spent at shops, and passed between generations. But what made the 1957 version special was its monarch and the moment. Obverse design. The Queen's portrait. The obverse of the 1957 2 shillings coin features a youthful and iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick, a renowned sculptor of the Royal Mint. This image, known as the first portrait, shows the Queen wearing a laurel wreath instead of a crown, signifying both her youth and the classical roots of monarchy. Surrounding her portrait are the Latin inscriptions, Fid.def.dei gratia, Regina FD, which translates to, Elizabeth II. By the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This phrasing combines monarchical tradition with divine right and religious symbolism. It's a royal proclamation and a declaration of legacy, all inscribed in a circle of silver-colored nickel brass. Reverse design. National symbolism. The reverse of the coin is equally symbolic. Designed by Edgar Fuller and Cecil Thomas, it features a bold image of the English rose at the center, flanked by a thistle of Scotland, a shamrock of Ireland, and a leek representing Wales. This unifying motif signifies the 4 nations of the United Kingdom, England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales brought together under one crown. Surrounding the design are the words, fid.def, 2 shillings 1957. With fid.def being the abbreviation for fid defensor, or defender of the faith, title given to monarchs since the time of Henry VIII. The detailed and symmetrical reverse was crafted not just for beauty but for national pride. Even in circulated condition, many coins still reveal this stunning design. Metal composition and circulated condition. Unlike earlier coins which were minted in silver, the 1957 2 shillings coin was struck in cupronickel, a blend of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This change had occurred in 1947 due to post-war metal shortages and the rising value of silver. Though not precious metal, cupronickel was durable and practical for everyday use. However, over decades, circulated coins show signs of aging, dull surfaces, scratches, worn edges, and fading details. Yet even in this worn state, they retain historical and collectible value. For many collectors, the circulated condition adds character, a visible journey through decades of hands, pockets, and stories. In 1957, the Royal Mint produced tens of millions of 2 shillings coins, making them relatively common in their time. However, what was once plentiful is now harder to find in good shape. Many coins were lost, damaged, or melted down. Others were removed from circulation after decimalization in 1971. That makes well-preserved or even circulated coins from 1957 increasingly desirable, especially among those collecting early coins of Queen Elizabeth II. Collectors seek the 1957 2 shillings coin for several reasons. Asterisk historical relevance. One of the early coins of the Queen's reign. Asterisk design artistry. Both sides feature classic, symbolic design. Asterisk affordability. Even circulated examples are accessible, yet valuable. Asterisk legacy connection, representing Britain before the full impact of the swinging 60s. Decolonization and EU integration. Asterisk collectors often assemble full sets of early Elizabeth II coinage. In 1957 is a key year striking a balance between early reign and post-war significance. Asterisk, value in today's market circulated condition. Now let's talk value. In average circulated condition, the 1957 2 shillings coin typically sells for $2 to $8 USD, depending on where and I appeal. In higher grades like extremely fine XF, prices can reach $10 to $20 United States dollars. Uncirculated examples can demand $50 or more, especially from reputable sellers or with grading certification. Asterisk, but here's where it gets interesting. Asterisk, error coinzos, with double strikes, off-centers, or die crack scans skyrocket in value. One rare error coin sold for over $1,000 at auction, and a pristine, almost uncirculated 1957 2 shillings, still gleaming with original luster, could fetch several $100s in the right auction environment. Asterisk, to a dedicated collector. This is not just a coin, it's a bridge to British history. That kind of story can command a premium well into the thousands. Asterisk, could this coin ever be worth millions of dollars? Asterisk, technically, no standard 1957 2 shillings coin has reached 7 figures. But here's the twist. If a unique mint error, wrong planchette strike, or proof specimen were to surface, especially one tied to royal events or documentation, it could command huge international bids. Asterisk, auction houses like Sotheby's and Heritage Auctions have proven that with the right story, coins that once passed through ordinary hands can cross into million-dollar territory. Asterisk, it's not just the metal, it's the narrative, rarity, and timing. So, is the 1957 2 shillings coin valuable? Absolutely, both in money and meaning. Asterisk, while you may not retire off one in circulated condition, its connection to Queen Elizabeth II's early reign, post-war Britain, and rich design elements make it a true collector's item. Whether you're a numismatist, a royal enthusiast, or someone who found it in a drawer, this coin holds more than monetary worth, it holds history. Asterisk, and who knows, yours might be the one rare variety still waiting to be discovered. Asterisk, a small, silver-colored coin, nearly forgotten in drawers and old tins, may now be one of the most coveted British pieces in the numismatic world. Today, we're diving into the hidden story and current market value of the 1957 2 shilling coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know why this coin is special, you might just want to check your own collection for one. Asterisk, the year was 1957. Queen Elizabeth II had recently taken the throne following the death of her father, King George VI, in 1952. Still early in her reign, Queen Elizabeth II was becoming the face of a new era that reflected resilience, modernization, and national pride. The coinage of the time reflected this transition as well. Asterisk, the 2 shilling coin, often referred to as a florin, had already been in circulation in the UK since the 1840s, but in the mid-20th century, the coin underwent design changes to reflect the new monarch. The 1957 edition bore the regal effigy of Queen Elizabeth II and carried the Latin inscription Elizabeth Today Gratia Regina, fd, translating to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. Asterisk, this wasn't just a coin, it was a symbol of continuity and a tribute to the United Kingdom's monarchy during a time of significant change. Asterisk, let's talk about the design. The obverse of the coin, its front features the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. This portrait became iconic in the early years of her reign. Unlike later portraits, Gillick's design showed the Queen wearing a laurel wreath rather than a crown, giving the image a classical, almost Roman feel. Asterisk, the reverse of the coin is equally striking. It proudly displays a stylized Tudor rose at the center, surrounded by a thistle, shamrock, and leeks of England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales, respectively. The words fid.def, short for Fidei Defensor or Defender of the Faith, frame the coin, emphasizing the Queen's role as the spiritual protector of the realm. Asterisk, this was not just money, it was art, and now, over 6 decades later, that artistry is part of what makes this coin so valuable to collectors. Asterisk, in terms of its physical characteristics, the 1957 2 shilling coin was made from cupronickelon alloy of copper and nickel, which had replaced the earlier silver content post-World War II due to economic constraints. Asterisk, it weighs 11.3 grams and has a diameter of 28.5 millimeters. Its milled edge and the quality of minting make it a very durable coin, which is why many have survived in good circulated condition. Asterisk, despite being a common coin for everyday use in the 1950s, it's the surviving specimens, especially those that have held up well despite regular circulation, that now draw attention in the collector's market. Asterisk, now, you might be wondering, if millions of these were made, what makes them so valuable today? Asterisk, the answer lies in condition, rarity, and historical significance. Although 1957 saw a decent mintage of these coins, many have been lost, heavily worn, or melted down over time. Those that remain particularly in circulated but clean condition are now in short supply in the numismatic marketplace. Asterisk, collectors seek out coins that not only have historical importance but also tell a story through their preservation. A 1957 2-shilling coin that has been lightly circulated, with the Queen's portrait still crisp and the floral motifs clearly visible, is far more desirable than one that's heavily worn or scratched. Asterisk, but it's not just about condition. Collectors are also interested in coins from key years that represent pivotal points in history or the early reign of a monarch. The 1957 coin represents both the youthful image of Queen Elizabeth II and the early post-war optimism of Britain, making it a symbolic addition to any serious collection. Asterisk. Now comes the question you've been waiting for. How much is this coin worth today? Asterisk, in circulated condition, a 1957 2-shilling coin might fetch anywhere from $10 to $50, depending on its visual appeal. That may sound modest, but here's where it gets exciting. In exceptional circulated condition, or if the coin has rare minting errors, the value can rise significantly. Asterisk, some well-preserved circulated coins have sold for over $100, while rare error versions or specimens with a proof-like finish, though not officially designated proofs, have gone for several $100s. Asterisk, and here's the kicker. A mint-state uncirculated version of this coin has reportedly been valued at up to $1,000 or more, especially if certified by a reputable grading service such as NGC or PCGS. While that may seem like a stretch for a coin once worth just 2 shillings, in the world of rare coins, condition and historical appeal can drive prices into the stratosphere. Asterisk, so how can you tell if your 1957 2-shilling coin is valuable? Here are a few things to look for. Clarity of the Queen's portrait. Minimal wear on the facial features and laurel wreath. Asterisk, crisp inscriptions. Elizabeth II, Gratia Regina, F.D.A. should be fully legible. Asterisk, edge, detail. The milling around the edge should be intact and clean. Asterisk, shine and luster, even for circulated coins. A slight original shine can boost value. Asterisk, errors or anomalies. Double strikes, off-center minting, or planchette flaws can significantly raise its market worth. Asterisk, if your coin meets some of these criteria, it might be time to consider having it graded or listing it at a reputable auction house or coin dealer platform. eBay, Heritage, auctions, and even dedicated Facebook groups for UK coin collectors are great places to explore. Asterisk, the 1957 2-shilling coin may seem like just another piece of pocket change from the past, but in truth, it's a miniature window into a royal legacy, a post-war Britain, and an emerging era under Queen Elizabeth II's reign. And for the sharp-eyed collector, it might just be a small treasure worth holding on to or cashing in. Asterisk, so the next time you're flipping through a jar of old coins or browsing a flea market stall, keep your eyes open. That dull coin might just be a 1957 floornand. It could be worth far more than its humble origins suggest. Asterisk, if you found this video fascinating, hit like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. Do you have a 1957 2-shilling coin in your collection? Asterisk, thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story. Maybe yours is worth a small fortune. Asterisk, let's begin with the basics. The 1957 2-shilling coin, often referred to as a florin, was minted in the United Kingdom and features the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. At this time, the young queen had just ascended the throne in 1952, and her image was a symbol of the new Elizabethan age. Asterisk, on the obverse. The coin displays the elegant profile of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. The inscription surrounding her reads, Elizabeth II Gratia Regina, F.D. translated from Latin. It means, asterisk, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. Asterisk, on the reverse, we see the crowned Tudor rose in full bloom, emblem of unity between England and Wales, and one that reflects the British monarchy's historical roots. The denomination 2 shillings and the year 1957 are clearly marked. Asterisk, made of cupronickel, a combination of copper and nickel. This coin was issued well before decimalization hit Britain in 1971, but despite being common in circulation, some versions of the 1957 2-shilling coin are now catching the eye of collectors around the world. Asterisk, now, here's where things get truly fascinating. Asterisk certain circulated examples of the 1957 2-shilling coin contain minting errors that occurred during production. These flaws make the coins extremely rare, and in some cases, extraordinarily valuable. Among the reported errors are double die errors where parts of the design, particularly the lettering on either side, appear doubled or blurred, indicating a misalignment of the die. Asterisk a portion of the coin's image may be off-centered, resulting in a unique, imperfect look that collectors love. Asterisk planchette flaws. This occurs when the metal disc used to mint the coin is cracked, clipped, or improperly prepared. Asterisk rotated dies. Some collectors have discovered 1957 2-shilling coins where the obverse and reverse do not align properly. This rotational error can dramatically increase a coin's value asterisk, but the most intriguing mystery lies in the misspelling or anomaly in the Latin inscription. A few collectors have claimed coins where portions of gratia Regina fd appear blurred, clipped, or oddly spaced. While these may seem like minor technical issues, in the world of numismatics, such anomalies are gold figuratively and sometimes literally. Asterisk, now let's talk about what you've really been waiting for. Value. Asterisk, a standard 1957 2-shilling coin, in circulated condition may only be worth a few dollars or pounds depending on wear and collector interest. Asterisk but, asterisk if your coin contains genuine minting errors, especially ones that are visibly unique or verifiable through expert grading, then you could be holding a fortune. Asterisk, collectors have paid anywhere from $500 to $10,000 USD for high-grade error versions of this coin, but here's the twist: specimens with extreme die errors or rare combinations have been rumored to fetch offers of up to $250,000 at private auctions. Yes, that's right, $250,000 for a coin once worth just 2 shillings. Asterisk, and if one such specimen reaches the right auction house, especially one with royal-themed collectors or historical specialists involved, experts speculate it could push into the $1 million range. Asterisk why? Because it's not just a coin, it's a historical artifact marked by an error that no one saw coming. And in the world of collectors, uniqueness commands the highest price. Asterisk so, how do you know if your 1957 2-shilling coin is one of these rare treasures? Here's a quick checklist. Check for double lettering around Elizabeth II Gratia Regina FD. Look for off-center designs on either the Queen's portrait or the Tudor rose. Inspect alignment, flip the coin, and see if both sides are properly aligned. Asterisk, use a magnifier to check for missing letters, clipped designs, or blotchy details. Asterisk, compare with high-resolution images from certified rare coin databases. Asterisk, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. This is essential for authenticating and maximizing the value. Asterisk, even in circulated condition, these flaws can dramatically increase your coin's worth. Asterisk, at the end of the day, the 1957 2-shilling coin is more than just pocket change. It represents a specific moment in British history, the early reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a period marked by post-war transformation and royal legacy. Asterisk, but add a rare minting error, and suddenly this simple coin becomes a $1 million mystery. It's a perfect blend of history, human error, and collector fascination. Asterisk, so, before you overlook that old coin in your drawer, pull out your magnifying glass. You might just be sitting on a hidden treasure. Asterisk, did you enjoy diving into the world of rare coins? Asterisk, if you have a 1957 2-shilling coin or any coin you think might be rare, let us know in the comments. Who knows, you could be the next person holding a $1 million mistake. Asterisk, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because in our next video, we're uncovering another shocking coin find that stunned the collector world. Asterisk, you don't want to miss it.